Hello, it's me, Reezy Gaming. How you all doing? It's Friday, it's the weekend. I'm very excited because my new bookcase is arriving tomorrow, and that's going to match the fish tank, and it's going to have that little white fish tank on it, and then it's going to be filled with frogs. I'm not sure I'm going to get the frogs by this weekend or not. It depends on whether we get the tank cycled, but it's definitely possible.
Hello there.
Hello, Leofar. Hello there. How you doing? I unpaused it and I forgot to turn the volume on. So, here we go. That's my one trick. I forget to do the volume. So, what are we going to do today? So, we got our freezers working last time. The Thermo Regulator isn't quite cooling enough in the carbon dioxide, but I don't really mind. Because eventually these will get down to the right temperature and this won't have to run all the time. So we'll just keep rebuilding it as needed for now. I should probably make some steel to sort it out. Don't make Soundtiff sad. Oh no, rip. That's true. It's very sad if you turn the volume off. Like, why am I still here? Just to suffer? The sound is very good in this game. So yes, it does make the sound dev sad. And it makes me sad too. Yep. We got bog buckets growing. We had a decent food surplus. Did we really eat all that food? I think some of it may have rotted. Like this food is already sort of on the verge of rotting. It's not quite cool enough in here yet, but the temperature is dropping. Some the heat is leaking through here, but not a lot. So I'm not too worried. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, we've got a lot of idles at the moment. So there are a few things I want to do. I want to get this steam vent geotuner working properly. It's a cool steam vent. So normally it outputs about 4 kilograms per second at 110 degrees C when it's active. Look at the little puffy pufflet in there. But if we geotune it with 5 geotuners, it will come out 8 kilograms per second at 210 degrees C. So we'll need at least 4 steam turbines working flat out to handle that. And that'll generate a lot of power, but in spurts when this erupts. So what I want to do before I actually take this online and geotune it is actually set up my transformer blocks, which I'm going to do over here. I'm going to start them at this level. And we're just going to set up a big spine full of transformers. We're not going to make this out of sandstone. That'd be very silly. Because what I like to do with all my power sources, my power producers, is I just make a big column where all of the heavy watt wire in the map runs through. We're going to do going all the way down here past this neurovacillator, down to the iron, down to the volcanoes and the oil biome. And the power producers will go in one end, and the power consumers will come out the other, and it will have a lot of conductive wires coming from it. But we have a lot of refined metal because we're in Badlands, so this is a good time for me to do this. And it just means I can combine all the different power sources on the base, like these coal generators, the steam turbines from this thing, our natural gas geyser once we start using this, which will be soon because I want to start making surf and turf, solar panels, steam turbines from this thing, although I'm not sure what we're going to do for this thing because it's literally right where the base is. So that will come later. But the whole point is everything will run through here, and it gives our dupes something to do as well. So what I normally do is I hide the heavy watt wire far enough away that the dupes won't spot it. In fact, I'm actually going to go and quickly look at a previous save and see what I did, just to confirm the way I set it out. So we're going to save it here. Go have a look at a previous map. And I can show you what it looks like when it's built. Let's see. I think... Is this a good map for it? This looks like a good map for it. Let's have a look. Oh, the fishies. Fishies are okay. Whiskers is up and about and being all noodly. She'll just come and play with my hand occasionally. Like, if I put the hand in the tank, she'll come and fiddle with it. And also something I noticed is that if I put my phone up, to the tank, the fish will come and look at it. Platies, I think the platies think it's food. Either that or they can sense the electrical signals coming from it. They seem to enjoy it. But yeah, I don't fully understand why. They're utter weirdos. Now the phone isn't hot. I think it's something to do with the electrical signals. But who knows for certain. They're just weirdos. Right. Let's see. Also, my right arm aches. I don't know why, it just does at the shoulder. I thought it was COVID, it's not. It's something else. This game should load itself now. Please. Here we go. They're sneaky with the balloon. What did I do here? Yes, I like how this looks. We have a ladder that the dupes can use to go up. We have large power transformers where the power feeds on, I believe. Yes, these are all solar panels going up there. And then the power comes off these smaller power transformers. If we have a look at the decor, because the dupes don't see this part, none of the bad decor really leaps over. The only exception was here where they had to get through the transformer spine to get to the steam room. But that wasn't that wasn't the best plan. We underestimated how big we actually had to make this. So I think we'll just do something similar to this. It all seems to fit within a five wide space with the batteries. And we actually put wattage sensors on it as well, so that we could read off the power with something. What did we do with these? Oh, we had the pixel packs going right up here. So if we let this run for a second. Yeah, so you can see it. It's white here, and then it should actually... Yeah, it triggers and it goes up as more power is used. So we're going to do something similar to this, but for our new base. So the important thing is that the heavy watt wire runs next to the transit spine, behind a wall of tiles, and we have a separate ladder, and the whole thing fits in a 7 wide space. So now we'll go back to the main world, and we will build that on our current run, or something very similar. Oh yes, I'm looking forward to getting this new shelf. It's going to match this in color. The top will be at the same level as this. And the little white tank there that's got a little AT-AT in it is going to go on top of that shelf. So it's going to go where the robot arm, the light is now. So that spot there, roughly, this is home my arm, is where the tank is going to be. That is going to contain the frogs. It's going to have three frogs. They're not free frogs. I have to pay for them. But it's going to have 1, 2. Shit. 3 frogs. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I forgot I had the little emote wall on this screen. Cool, they'll bounce around the screen. I like it. Right, back to the game. So yes, that's what we're going to do. The whole thing's going to be 7 tiles wide. It's going to start here. And We don't want doors on this side. We don't want anyone to access it from this side. Terminate it here. This will all be ladder, and I'll unpause it again. And I guess we'll let people in here for now. Then we'll need to reveal all of this. So let's just dig the whole column first of all. We're going to try and fill up a whole heavy watt conductive wire, so 50 kilowatts, and that's going to take a lot of stuff, but that's fine. We'll move these over. We have lots of dupes and exosuits now, so they're really piling onto this. I like it. It's still overheating. We definitely aren't repairing this. That's good. Eventually I'll replace it with steel, but it's not actually urgent. We're just going to make it super tall just to start with. Because we're going to have steam turbines next to all these volcanoes, so we might as well just build it going all the way down to the oil biome. Especially because we're probably going to get some geothermal power going as well. I mean, that's the aim anyways. The intent is definitely to keep playing this run until my computer dies, so we will do that. Go into the uranium as well, that's fine. Someone is probably going to trap themselves while I'm building this. I've accepted that. Oh, I need to turn this up a little bit. Actually loud enough. Yeah, it is loud enough. But yeah, we're going to hire less dupes than last time. We're going to have somewhere between 40 and 50 in the end. 40 on this planet, and then 10 going between the planets. No more than that. And we will go back and have a look at the fast track mod. Hey Fungus, how's it going? I am building a big column that we're going to put all of our transformers in. And has Travaldo trapped himself? He has. Excellent. Well, this could be a yellow alert tick then. You're not in any immediate danger. Is Gene going to come do this? Yeah, there we go. Gene's going to come bail him out. So, GC Fungus, apparently my hair looks like Travaldo's now. Do you agree with this sentiment? I think shape-wise, they have a point. It's like hovering around that sort of level. Turtle is idle. He has no stuff to do. It's fine. You know what? I'm happy with Turtle being idle. He is the resident anemic dupe that we hired out of pity. We trained him that intentionally as a joke. So he could be idle. I don't mind. He's not allowed to leave the base, that's why he's idle. But yeah, we're just going to keep going. We'll sort this all out properly in a minute. I'm just going to lay out all the tiles. This is going to be a really tall thing. Make him sleep indefinitely? No, he'll find things to do slowly. We'll demolish this. There are other vassalizers we're going to use instead. It's not an issue. Yes, I'm glad it's a weekend. I'm looking forward to doing DIY. I'm looking forward to getting the frogs. I'm not sure when this shelf is going to arrive though, and I can't really do anything until it arrives. So, who knows? We're dripping some water. That's okay. Some of this water will probably drip out of here. That's okay. Look, we've got gold. The gold's been erupting and it's nowhere near hot enough to actually boil this water. So for those who say you can't tame gold volcanoes without steam turbines, you can. I mean, just keep pouring water in there and then consume the hot water with something. Like, if you put polluted water in here, get it up to like 85, and then feed it to a pinch of pepper branch or pinch of pepper farm, and then no steam turbines needed. You're getting the gold at a reasonable temperature. Oh god. Okay. That's fine. This is kind of my fault for doing this unpaused, but it's okay. Get to see the wibbly wobblies. At least he's gonna... Wait. Why are you suffocating, dude? You've got eye irritation. Why have you got eye irritation? You just decided to... Oh god, he is actually going to suffocate, isn't he? The oxygen's right up here. Come on, I believe in you. I'm going to have to put doors on here to stop him going in the ethanol. That's hilarious. So don't ask why I have a fish tank full of ethanol. Sometimes a man's just got to have his own, like, comforts. Right, I need to close this off as well. God, he is actually nearly going to suffocate. That's hilarious. Nah, he's alright. We do actually need to build these as a yellow alert to prevent him from going back in there, I think. Why did I take this guy? I mean, it is amusing. And he does have plus 12 ranching in fairness. But this guy is not exactly a model citizen. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, you're hungry. Good. Go eat. I think, to be honest, I actually just wanted an example of how bad anemic dupes can get. So there he is. I was talking to someone on Reddit about narcoleptic dupes today, about why they're bad. And the conclusion I reached was similar to the conclusion I reached in my tier list, which was that they're not too bad early on. You know what, I'm just going to leave it here. This will be the final bit. They're not too bad early on, because they'll often get like several extra attribute points when they're printed. And that can actually make up for the... Oh, hold on, let's not do this. I can actually make up for the 5% of the day that they're actually asleep. You've trapped yourself as well. Okay. I guess we'll need to remove this ice. This is why you don't just draw out the tiles and expect the dupes to figure out what to do. They won't figure out what to do. Hey, Frank is a tank. Can you rename Turtle to Frank? I'll adopt the useless dupe. I'm afraid I'm going to have to refund your points because someone else already named them, and I can't actually remember how to redeem those or refund those. But I will refund it at some point. But yes, you can rename another dupe, Frank. I'll definitely accept that instead. Yeah, you need to dig this one as well. This is definitely not the correct way to plan something like this out, but I'm doing it anyways, and we'll address it once it's all laid out. So let's start at the top. So we're going to have a large power transformer for incomers. And then that's going to go to a jumbo battery to help hold the charge. And then we have smaller power transformers down here. And then the heavy wire needs to go between them, and then we put a wattage sensor on it. So that can go here. You'll take Otto. Okay, cool. Let me find him. Right. Otto is now Frank. There you go. You are a nyctophobe, so you get one of the special light-up bedrooms. You get this one. With the Rubik's Cube. Very nice. So, let's see. Conductive wire comes in here. Then feeds out of this onto the battery. So this is where we have the heavy watt wire. It goes to the battery. Goes down here and it feeds onto the transformers. And I'm pretty sure I'll reverse these so they're facing the other way. Like this. Yes. And then we cancel the tile. We put a heavy watt conductive joint plate in here. It's actually going to be cheaper for us to make this out of refined metal than metal ore. Because the regular heavy watt wire, which is worse, actually costs metal ore. And you can see we have a comparable amount of refined metal and metal ore because it's Badlands. So you put the joint plate in there, and then you flip it again, have it go down here. So cancel this. That goes through there. And the heavy watt conductive wire just joins all the transformers together to the batteries and nothing else. You don't use smart batteries, you just use jumbo batteries. Because this is just to store spare charge from the base and distribute it out evenly. And then this wattage sensor is for the heavy watt wire. And you set these to different thresholds, but I'll explain that more in a little minute. So then this is the output, and this goes to what you want to power. Except, instead of doing it like that, that's the moron way of doing it. You do it like this. Yeah, so you go through the joint plate. And there you go. And then you can just duplicate this indefinitely. We don't have the blueprinting mod, which would be very good at showing that off. But you can just copy and paste everything down here. And, yeah. No, that's not right. It goes here. Then down here, and across there. They've already built some of these tiles. Probably should have cancelled these all a while ago. Well, they can build it on top, so it's not that bad. But, yeah, that's the basic concept behind it. So we don't need to actually build too many of these transformers for now. Just enough to get it working. Oops, are very low on food. What exactly is happening to all the food? It looks like a lot of stuff has just rotted here because it's not been cooked fast enough. Because we're only storing the cooked stuff in the freezers. That's potentially an issue. Yes, we'll build a few more of these, and then we can start hooking up all the power sources. Frank gets a skill. Frank gets exosuit training. Very nice. Got some dudes over here. It's funny. So we have a load of hatchlings over here. The hatches are coming in here and drowning occasionally. We may need to eat a few more hatches And I may need to continue extending the ranches because we really don't want to run out of food under any circumstances, really. How are these going? I mean, there's enough CO2 in these freezers that polluted dirt isn't going to off gas, which is good. Food is refrigerated and it is in a sterile atmosphere, but it needs to be deep frozen. It will get there. So pay can have building, that's fine. I guess we can eat some of these guys. I don't want to eat any baby Drecos. Yeah, probably worth expanding this out. So let's do that as well. Oops. I get the feeling he's going to be suffocating a lot. We need to ensure he doesn't go through here. Yeah, there you are. There's Lindsay. Hilarious. It was so close to getting George, and then you're off to the home planet. Nice. Right, deconstruct these. Just you know what? Just deconstruct all of these. The oxygen is still coming down that way. I'll probably relay out that pipe in the long run. There we go. We'll just keep going ham on the hatches until we have enough food for all these guys. As it is slightly disconcerting seeing it get so low, and we're definitely not hiring any more dupes either. We've already kind of got too many at the moment. Until we geotune that steam vent. Yeah, this is about as far as we can take this. Take that all out. We could priority 9 all of this. This is all priority 9, that's good. Priority 9 to dig as well. Balls can go here. Then this. The Dupe should build all the stuff in the base before stuff outside the base, just generally. And then we actually want to remove these tiles. I probably should not have rebuilt those. Yeah, I don't think there's ever going to be a reason to get rid of the hatches, because we're eventually going to turn them to stone hatches. And even if we don't get the volcano on right away to feed them igneous rock from that, we won't get enough to feed them just from volcanoes on this playthrough, I don't think. We're going to have so much granite and igneous rock from just digging up these biomes that we're not going to run out anytime soon. And there's other planets to go to and get rock from as well. Like, obviously we're not going to consume all of the rock in the game. But we can keep doing this for a while. That's what I'm saying. Wow, we're dropping a lot of these hatches down here. These hatches are getting the express ride. Are they gonna figure out their Looney Tuning? Yeah, there we go. See, calories are up again now. Then this will actually be the bottom. At least for now. I mean, eventually... we can just keep going with these. The actual constraint is somewhere we haven't actually found yet, but so many ranches. We're not going to fill all those. Hold on. Why is Travado so... oh, no. Wait. Wait. How low is your bar, dude? Oh, okay. That's okay. Yeah, deconstruct these. How to construct stuff so that your dupes suffocate the movie. That notification is kind of saving our butts at the moment. In fact, you know what? Just remove the gas pipe as well. We don't need this anymore. It's not even running anything anymore. We removed all the vents. There's somewhere else. It gives you some more material to use for all of this. There we go. Get rid of these doors. I wonder at what time we're actually going to run out of sandstone. We've got about 32 tons at the moment. That's not a huge amount. We're going to get some more back from recycling what we previously built with sandstone. But we'll need to switch these to stone hatches fairly soon, I think. But yeah, this automated branch really seems to be working. The only times it hasn't worked are times where I've just misunderstood how it's worked, or I've turned something off that I shouldn't have. I've got bog buckets. Also, I think Austrian Artist has a skill and I forgot to give it to him. So you're going to get exosuit training now. Very good. Once everyone has exosuit training, I'll turn off the exosuit hats, so we'll give them other hats. Right, let's see. Wire time. Go down here. Probably no actual point doing it like this. I should probably just bring the wire across like this. There we go. And then we want the shafts. So this will just go down like this. We'll need to bridge it over here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bridge it over here instead. Just so that we can keep this line the same all the way down. Now this will give Turner something to do, or Turtle something to do, rather. Yeah. This is already hooked up, isn't it? Then we need this one to go down here as well. There we go. We need to bridge this. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm actually 5 for 5 this week. I've done 5 streams, and it's been 5 ONI streams. That's actually quite rare. Yeah, that's fine. But I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do what I want to do. I haven't really felt like playing anything else. So one thing I do need to do is I need to set all of these critter sensors immediately. And then we need to actually hook them up with the automation. So I may not have actually needed the last one, I realize. Well, I'm just going to leave it there anyways, whatever. Just in case I decide to continue expanding it later. I'm beginning to think this Badlands asteroid might be easier than Terra. Because, like, we get so much iron to start with, it just supercharges what you can do. So long as you don't go absolutely crazy and overload the amount of water that you have, which admittedly isn't a lot, it is very productive. There we go. And start saying all these things. I do like that we can also just have critter drop-offs in these ranches and just add spare hatches from the map in there. Because we're going to find a few spare hatches. There's one here already. Yeah, I think it's probably sensible to just start flipping it over to stone hatches. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to start feeding them sedimentary rock instead. So this is currently set to sandstone, so we're going to flip it to sedimentary rock. There is sedimentary rock in these storage containers, but we'll need to grab more from the other planet, definitely. And we'll make it so that these can have regular hatches and stone hatches in them. So we can copy and paste those settings everywhere. Because I think if we don't do this now, we might run into a problem where we run out of sandstone. It's certainly possible with this many ranches. And then these need to be set to sedimentary rock as well. So obviously they'll eat everything else in here. So I may need to sweep some of that other stuff. Wow, they all got this done really quickly. And then this is set to eggs. But actually, this shouldn't be set to just eggs. Yeah, it should be set like these to edibles and organics as well. We're going to create a massive power spike doing this now, because these are all going to get loaded with coal, because we haven't swept the coal in here for ages. Oh, God. How to block a conveyor rail 101. This is going to be just dumping stuff in here forever. Great. When we did this originally, it overloaded the power wire, because all the conveyors were active all the time. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I wonder if there's any other hatches wandering around anywhere. Doesn't look like there's any over there. Don't think any wandered over to that part. The answer is no. That's fine. So this pipe is backing up, so... Is there a spot for vents in these ranches? That would be really good. There is. Okay. Let's actually put the vents in these ranches while we're here. And then we can fill these with oxygen. And then we can stick these airflow tiles here too. We'll need to rebuild this. And then... I don't want any of these guys. I don't think. We'll just take the seeds. I'm going to put airflow tiles here. If we're putting vents there, we should have airflow tiles there. And then this pipe, we're actually just going to move so it goes this way instead. We'll send it down here. And this way we'll oxygenate the whole of the base. Well, the whole of this bit. Okay. And then let's rebuild the Thermo Regulator. There we go. And then we'll tell them to dig all of this stuff as well. There's a lot of ice in here that you could technically melt and get more water out of it, but I'm not that concerned at this stage. So that's just fine. And there's a little bit of deconstructing we'll need to do as well, but we'll get to that at a later stage. Is this all priority 9? No. Make that priority 9. Wow, this thing is huge. Also, how is Meep doing? We haven't checked on Meep in a while. They have actually managed to dig up here and grab some sand. So they are now in the process of actually deodorizing this air. And as a result, they've actually got some pretty decent living quarters. Obviously there's a lot of off-gassing here from this polluted water, but that's kind of expected. We should open this up as well. We just go like this. I think we can. Yeah, do that. Oh no, the slugs are going to feast on cobalt. You're right, they are. And they're producing a lot of hydrogen. I was not fully paying attention to that. So let's also put some storage bins up here. It's probably too many. It's probably too many. And then this one can be a yellow alert, so you can do this one now, Meep, and then we'll put cobalt in there. That seems to trap themselves. Yeah, let's start storing the cobalt in these. Right, where is Bert? Bert is here. So you need to remove this right away.
Thanks for the follow.
Hello? Ooh, oh blimey, how on earth do you pronounce that? Iamirimare. Is that correct? Or Iamirimare? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate the company. I love playing games and I like playing them with friends. We are currently trying to dig out this massive column that we're eventually going to stick all of our transformers and heavy watt wire in. And people are getting trapped quite a lot because I didn't really plan this out with a huge amount of foresight. So we're probably going to be rescuing dupes quite a lot today. But with any luck, they're going to build this wall first, and then they'll come up with the ladder. For an actual fact, what may make more sense is to lower the priority on all this stuff. Priority 8. And then make the ladder priority 9. That should help. Yes. It's going to take quite a while to build all of this. So what on earth is my internet doing? Look at that. I'll be quite pleased if we just get this built today. Nah, we're alright. We got balloon buddies. Stinky's got a balloon. Fear him. Yeah, in terms of water, we're actually running out of water to electrolyze down here. There is water up here. The hope was that we'd, you know, send this to the Steam Turbines. But at the moment, we haven't geotuned this yet, and we're not fully running this. So I am, in the meantime, just going to put a gold pump in here. We're just going to connect it directly like this. Because we're still getting water out of it. And we'll just put in a little bit of automation as well. There we go. We'll hook that up. Yeah, so you are slowly filling this up with the cobalt. That's good. I don't mind if a little bit of it gets eaten, but if a load of it gets eaten, that's not great. Also, they're not really sleeping on the wires. Okay, I left this wire out here specifically for them, and they're not really using it. They're just sort of hanging around. I guess they need to just slowly wander their way over there. Yeah, Meep's on his own little adventure on the other planet. Looks like our food has gone back up. Right, I think this calls for speed too. Now, this bit here, we're definitely going to want to tile this off just so we don't have a load of liquids falling down here into the oil. They already kind of are, but we did dig a little bit of excess ladder shaft to stop it from being contaminated. Not that it really matters, it was just very much annoying me. The problem is, when they're in exosuits, it's also kind of difficult to spot whether they're actually trapped or not. Like, I don't think any of these guys are trapped, but I don't actually honestly know. Still been dumping polluted water in here. But yeah, in terms of access to past the transformers, we'll just have people walk past the CO2 geyser. We've been letting this erupt for absolutely ages, as well as this one. We're slowly filling the map up with CO2. That was kind of intentional. It's kind of nice having just one gas everywhere at high pressure, I suppose. Provided that our liquid locks don't break. I think I need to fill this one with a bit more water. Who's going to do this? Gene. Yeah, you got water there, that's fine. Now that we have oil, I could redo these with oil. That would probably help. The CO2 pressure is quite large. Beans at it again. You need to dump a bit more water in there. Wait, oh! Is it freezing? Oh, it may well be freezing, actually. I didn't fully consider that. I think you just need to dump a larger mass of water in there. Yeah, that's kind of just freezing. You just need to put more water in there. Well, I'm sure one of them will eventually get it. Although, it may not be you, Hassan. Let's speed through it just a little bit. Where's Abe? There you go. Abe's actually picked up a decent amount of water. Although they're hungry, so they probably shouldn't be doing this. But beggars can't be choosers. Right, that should be enough water that this shouldn't freeze. The CO2 is cold, but it's not that cold. I think it's partly the fact it's next to this frozen biome. Yeah, that should do. Is that actually going to refreeze? If it is, we may actually need to change this into oil. Yeah, I think this may actually freeze. Okay, let's just make this into oil then. Just while we're getting them to do all this other stuff in the meantime. Got pretty far with the ladder. There's a backup ladder here, so these guys can access all of this at the moment. They're getting trapped, which is good. So what we're going to do is we're going to tile this, and then we're going to tile this to delete this water. And then we're going to just dump oil. Oh, I just realized we've got a Frank and we've got a Frankie. That's kind of funny. There's Frankie. Do plug slugs have any practical applications? Yes. When I was doing my one Dupe planet challenge, we basically started our base on the swampy asteroid, and we used plug slugs exclusively for power. Like we fed them a little bit of cobalt in the early game, and we didn't have anyone run on any manual generators, and we had a lot of power. So that was pretty good. And late game, you can feed them refined metal now, and they'll turn it into hydrogen and still produce power. So if you have a metal volcano, then you can just feed them the output of that. If you've got enough to otherwise build with, and they'll produce power. They're not bad. And you can also breed them to get smog slug eggs and sponge slug eggs. And what they'll do is, instead of eating metal and producing power when they hang out, they will actually eat unbreathable gases and liquids and put them into pipes for you when they're asleep. So if you had a colony full of flatulent dupes, you could have some smog slugs hanging out in the base, and at night they'll eat all the natural gas and put it in pipes for you. So yeah, plug slugs do have uses. I haven't gone really hard on them yet, but if you start on a swampy asteroid, they are very useful in the early game, and you can make them useful late game. So Dripmaster is building this now, okay. You can build that one as well. We'll slowly turn these all to oil, because we have a lot of oil and that definitely won't freeze. Or boil if they bring in hotter materials. But we didn't have any oil at the time, so we just had to put up with it. So now we're going to sweep these. And we can do this because we just have extra liquid locks that people can use. And we'll just dump 200 kg of oil in each of these, and then we'll just let it flow down. Thank you. Hopefully that will pour in the right place. I don't think I've done it quite like this before. Waiting for Stinky and Hassan. There's Stinky. So I'm going to get some oil. How's this all going? Yeah, we're doing pretty well digging all this out. We're getting lots of abyssalite. How cold are these rooms now? They're sort of -5-ish. These ones are colder. Yeah, this one's getting down to like -15-ish, but there's nothing in it. I feel like there might be too much heat leaking through the door. It certainly looks like it. I think the pneumatic door might be helping to conduct some of the heat. It's just a big block of metal. So maybe we just remove the doors. I had those in there to stop people from wandering in, but I don't think that's really needed. And if it's causing the heat to leak out because it's more conductive than the liquids, then that needs to go. So hopefully that won't break anything. Yeah, that's Stinky with the oil. Hopefully it doesn't just leak everywhere. No, that's good. Cool. Yeah, there you go with the rest of that. This actually worked out really well, just tiling it and then filling it. Very nice. And then we can just deconstruct these. And the order doesn't really matter, so we can just leave that. Then this one hasn't actually... frozen, but I think it may have done something in the past, because it's letting a load of carbon dioxide here. So we'll just replace this with oil as well. We may as well do all of this while we're waiting for them to build the whole spine here. Because this is going to take them an absolute age. Hold on, let's stop yellow prioritying everything. A few holes in these ladders just from where they had plants. Yeah, we can dig those. Deconstruct this. I guess we can deconstruct these as well. This is where we had the neural vacillator. Yeah, there we go. Vacuum again. I wish my arm didn't ache so much. I may need to go see someone about that. But I got on the company's private healthcare, so that's nice. Got some cold brew coffee. I've got an egg in here. Oh, right. So because we didn't set these to take coal and all the other stuff at the moment, these are currently full of coal. And that is taking a while to be filtered through all of these conveyors. So at the moment, not all of these guys are breeding because not all the eggs are getting cleared. So when you set this up, make sure that you set the filter to have coal, eggshell, everything else going out immediately. Otherwise, you'll end up with a period where the conveyor line just gets completely congested. That's okay. What I can actually do for now is I can just wrangle, I don't know, we'll just leave it. We're doing okay. Let's take a while for people to grab oil. How much plastic do we have? We have 2,100 plastic. Obviously, I'm saving some of that for... steam turbines. But I want to see how many tiles this would be. Is the game going to tell us? I don't think it will. It's too many. It can't possibly read it. That's 60. So about 200 tiles. So it's going to be about 10,000 plastic. Good grief. That's huge. Well, I guess every little bit helps. And if we turn on the traffic overlay, we can see where the dupes are using the ladders the most. And as expected, they're using this ladder the most. This is a mod, by the way. It doesn't load the it doesn't load up this data every time you save, but whenever a save game runs, it will start tracking the traffic of dupes going through areas, and red is high traffic and green is low traffic, and if there's nothing, it means a dupe hasn't gone that way today, or while you've been loaded. So you can see dupes have been actually going across here a lot. They've been going over here, because I told them to dig all of this. That checks out. We were going to build the ladder here. This bit seems quite useful. But this is definitely what needs the plastic ladder the most. And that makes sense, because the dupes are going between the bathroom and the mess tables every day. Like, that just makes sense. So, but now, we'll just queue the plastic here. There we go. And that's why I like that mod, because it lets me determine which tiles to turn it into plastic first, and which ladders to turn into plastic first. It's definitely those ladders. The actual tiles themselves aren't seeing too much runtime. And then we've got fire poles, which are very efficient. It's kind of telling us we should tile this floor as well, but it's okay. We want to expand this. This could be priority 5. Because I basically just want to keep exploring down here. Because this is kind of where we're planning on sending the hatches. Or the ranches. So priority 5 going down here. Grabbing more iron on routes. Wait a second, I've done something stupid. Okay. That's fine. We haven't overfilled these through some kind of miracle. Good stuff. But yeah, someone was saying how I play very slowly and that I'm on speed 1 all the time. They are right. I'm very patient when it comes to this game. I don't like rushing around, and to be honest, the dupes don't like rushing around either, because they just end up pondering a lot on the higher speeds. So I just like speed 1ing and chipping away at it. Here we go. Yeah, this should be a lot more stable. So these ones haven't actually burst yet, because they're hotter. So I think I'm just going to leave these for now. We'll come back to these another time. Is anyone injured? No, no one's that injured. That's fine. So yeah, let's keep laying this out. Here I am. Do, rock you like a hurricane. I'm also going to want to sweep stuff, aren't I? There's a little bit of melted liquid. I'm probably going to want to tile it so that liquids don't melt in here. That would be annoying. Yeah, so let's tile this as well. And I'll make this priority 8. Yeah, and then we'll just tile all of this. Whoops. Yes, it's very relaxing just watching the dupes hang out and do stuff. That's definitely something cool about this game, is you can invest a lot of thought into it and build contraptions and stuff, but at the same time, if you just need a bit of a relaxing session, you can just give them some kind of massive project and watch them just chip away at it. That being said, I do also want to... I'll put these as priority 5s. I want to go and connect this all up so the dupes aren't quite so bottlenecked. Like, we could easily ladder this. These poor Paku have just been hanging out in here for ages. I don't know which ones are the poor Paku, to be honest. These ones who are actually hanging out in water, even though there's some salt in it. And then these ones who are just swimming around and living their entire lives in ethanol. It's a question. I never set this one properly. So, we should be having more stone hatchling eggs coming out of these. These critter feeders do not currently contain a lot of sedimentary rock, because there is not a lot of sedimentary rock, to be honest. So we do need to get Meep to prioritize loading these. Or rather, we need to get Meep to prioritize loading this. There's Meep. Loading this with sedimentary rock, so that we can drop it off the other planet. Yeah, there you go. What a good lad. I think that's his main priority at the moment, to be honest. And now that we're actually deodorizing here with the extra sand, we are getting some clay to send back to the planet too, which is very nice. I really told him to make these out of sedimentary rock as well. I guess there isn't really an alternative here. Oh well, that's fine. So let's see. This is the chute, which is just dropping everything off. Which is not ideal, because really we need the sedimentary rock to go here. So... this is all exosuit only now, so I don't really mind breaking through there. I don't really mind breaking through the chlorine, but equally this route is already here. So we're going to take this, send it over here, and we're just going to dump it right here. Nice and easy. So that can be priority 8 as well. There was a gas pipe that we were going to build for all this oxygen that was going to go here, and it turns out they can't actually reach it. So that's fine. We can remove these tiles. I put these tiles in here mostly... well, no, they are necessary. Probably shouldn't remove those. We're just going to move the pipe. We give up. We are chickening out. I can just go here. It's just a pipe. Who cares? We're slowly getting more seeds to fill this, but it's taking some time. Also, how much reed fiber do we have now? We have 28 reed fiber. That's pretty good. I've kind of lost track of snazzy suits. Let's make... what is this clothing situation? Let's have a look at Frankie. So, unequipped clothing. No. Let's find someone without clothing. No, that's not right. Yeah, we need to actually unequip the suit. Sorry, Frankie, we interrupted your sleep to undress you. So, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. So 10 dupes on this planet are lacking snazzy suits. So Frankie can have his suit back. So we need to make 9 more. And then we need to start actually rotating people into primo garb with the Fashionator, which we haven't actually used yet. But that's fine. We also have 3 exosuits just lying around. That's okay. So we can put those here. So here's a question. How much of your time when you're playing ONI do you think you spend doing innovative stuff like building projects that you're kind of focused on, that's your goal for the day? And then how much of your time is just spent doing random tasks that need doing? Like you need to hook up a pipe to go somewhere, or one of your liquid locks needs to be repaired. Because obviously, like, if you're doing like a really long run, you want to make sure that your stuff isn't constantly needing your maintenance. Looks like I need more O2 lines. Oh, I definitely need more O2 lines. I'm well aware of that. This is very sparse. But we don't really have the water production to justify more. Like, I haven't quite got around to sorting that yet. We've almost built this pump. Trabaldo is getting on that right now. So we'll start pumping the water from down here. We are eventually going to just use the steam turbines for this, but I'm trying to build the power infrastructure first. Why is this not working? Oh. No, we need this to be colder than this. We need this to be like -20. I think I had a bit of a brain fart about how this worked. Yeah, no, this isn't quite good enough. There's not even any food in there anyways. All the food is just sat in the kitchen at the moment being cooked. I think we need more cooks. You're a cook, but you're also a kitchen menace. That's not what we need. We definitely don't need any more dupes at the moment. I'm just going to take the ethanol. Let's see. Skills. Meep can finally get super duper hard digging. which is useful, and Travaldo can finally get exosuits. But Travaldo doesn't get to wear a hat because we need to see his hair. For science. Gripmaster can get building. Yeah, this is slowly getting there. May as well dig this as well. The good thing is they're building out of granite, and a lot of these Badlands biomes are just granite, so it's quite quick for them to actually build all of these tiles. And we probably went a little bit too far with this. I mean, let's actually think about this. We have... Each one of these rows is 2 kilowatts. So we need 50 rows overall, because they're every other row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So this here, where the gold volcano is actually where we should stop, because that is enough to fill a heavy watt conductive wire, and we're not going to consume or produce more power than that for now. So let's actually dig through here. Whoops, that was the wrong button. We can make it a little bit shorter. So what we can do is we can priority 9 this dig, yeah. And then everything below here will be priority 1. To be done at a later stage. Although they've already done it all anyways. Whatever. That's just how it works. This crude oil end up over here? That's kind of odd. We didn't get any pressure damage, did we? No. So you're actually getting here to build this stuff now. That's cool. So let's see. Each of these steam turbines is going to be running at max power when this is active. So we want a conductive wire from each of these. So we'll do it like this. Send these out like this, and then send them down here. I think I'm honestly just going to go straight over. Like this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to send it down a little bit. This. Yeah, and then we can just build all of this over here. So clear that. And then I'm probably realistically just going to want this wire to go straight down the fire pole and connect in here. This is where the power feeds on from. And then we'll actually take this one. We'll move it over and bring it here. Then that will feed into this one. And then we can feed the power out of these and connect it to various things. And then, yeah, I'll build a few more of these. And then we can just start hooking all of the base power sources into it as well. Have some actual battery storage for a change. And then expand it from there. Like, get the base on this first and then start adding power producers. But yeah, I'm not an electrical engineer. I just do this because otherwise just having separate power things, managing all the different gizmos in my base kind of breaks my brain. I just want all of my base power to go into one place and then get outputted somewhere else and then be able to read off wattage sensors, how much power I'm consuming, is it more than I'm generating, do I need to add more power generators somewhere, and just split it up. This is definitely not for everyone, but this is just how I like to do it. So, what conductive wire goes down here. Then we just put the joint plates in here. There we go. No, that's not right, Matt. No, that's not right either. There we go. Send that down here. By the way, if you didn't notice as well, when you use heavy watt joint plates that you need to get heavy watt wire through tiles, you can run a regular wire through them. They're basically a bridge. So you can run a regular wire through them like this, and it doesn't cause any issues. So these are the next lot of power producers. So ultimately, we're going to have some solar power, and that's probably going to connect at the top. So we're probably going to have to reshuffle all this wire later, but I'm not worrying about that yet. Our next power producers are the coal plants in here. And then that's currently feeding the entire base power. And it's doing okay. We haven't had wires overloaded. So we can keep that all connected like that. But we are going to have to make a separate wire to connect onto these. And we want to keep the smart battery here so that it decides when we're producing coal. So I'm just going to need to... So I'm going to need to connect all of this when I'm done. And I'm going to need to make... We've churned through so much iron just doing this. It's kind of scary. Then we'll send this wire down here. Bridge it over here. And then that goes in here. So that's the third lot of power producers. I'm just going to put a kiln in here for now. We're dropping coal off in here anyways. Although nothing's grabbing it. We could put another auto sweeper in here and I could grab the coal from here. And put it in the kiln. It's kind of funny, let's do it. But in that case, we'll put the kiln on this side. And then we'll just put refined carbon here. I don't pass wire onto it. Yeah, it does behave like a bridge. It's very cool. We've given these guys so much stuff to do. Which I guess it's not too bad. So what other power producers do we have? We have the hydrogen generators, right? At the moment, I'm going to keep the SPOM completely self-contained. But what you can do is you can generate. You can hook this up to your main spine to generate excess power if you've got excess hydrogen here. And we have a lot of excess hydrogen here. But for now, I'm going to keep this self-contained just because I don't want this to fail under any circumstance. But when we're a bit more established, I'll hook this up as well. So where would the next wire be? Whatever we use to power these and all the other rec buildings, we plug into there. I think we're going to want to do the natural gas as well. But the first thing we should do is definitely just hook up the base power to this transformer network, and then we can just use the steam power from these geysers, from this geyser, once it's geotuned, to run the base and not consume as much coal. Like, use it when it's available. And because the power is going to come in spikes, it makes sense to have a lot of batteries to store it as well. Which is basically what we're doing here. The other thing about this setup is because you have a lot of batteries, a lot of heat is generated, considering it's just a massive column. We do have the carbon dioxide geysers to help cool it, though. And I'm not sure how effective that will be, but we could dream. I'm going to just stick this out here. Like, realistically, I don't think it's going to help. But better than nothing. That broke. Okay. This is definitely not working very well. Just build some temperature plates. See if that helps. Yeah, we'll make some granite temperature plates. Spread the heat into this insulated tile a little bit. Submerge the liquid, get rid of the egg. Get rid of this cracker conduction panel. Yeah, we haven't used this at all. You know what? I think you're right. I think we should actually just... insulate this bit. We're not cracking any eggs. We're not going to need to crack any eggs. And then we can just make a little pool of liquid. I haven't used the conduction panel yet. I'm not sure we've even researched it. So let's have a look. Conduction panel, liquid tuning. Okay, we definitely do have that. But I think you're right. I think we make it a little bit of a wider bit because we're not using this. Unreachable food 4. You trapped 4 dupes. How? You ain't trapped. Oh, you ain't trapped. We're just out of food. Ah, okay. I think it's time for us to eat the babies. So I'm going to set this to stone hatchling eggs now. Hopefully these guys are actually getting fed sedimentary rock. It does look like some of them are filling up, but not all of them. No, these aren't doing very well. What's going on with Operation Move Sedimentary Rock? It's actually happening. Not at the moment. do need to start feeding these guys. I am slightly concerned by this. We definitely need more bog buckets. But we don't have enough seeds yet for that, and we've taken all the seeds we can take from the other planet. We need meat to run on the wheel as well, although we just need the plug slugs to actually cooperate with us. That's what we really need. Let's move this over. Just build that and then just deconstruct this, and then this should all just fill with CO2 again. Why have we got polluted dirt over here? Why are these guys glum? Are they not actually being ranched? They should be ranched. Do we not have enough ranchers to actually keep up with all these guys? It seems like people are just going to eat the meat, so letting it be cooked. I think we definitely need a faster chef. He's trying his best, but his 8 cuisine skill ain't cutting it. We're certainly not cooking all of our food. Right, let's remove these. I mean, the real answer is just make this out of steel. But we're not doing that at the moment. So I'm just going to make some iron tiles. I'm going to make a big block to help absorb the heat from this. I'm going to fill it with a little bit of liquid. So let's see. What exactly is this going to look like? So I think we'll send this pipe round this way. We should be able to build all of this anyways. We're going to put the thermo thingy in the middle. Have the sensor directly above it. And then we'll have the bottle emptier on this side, and then we'll have a lip. So I think what we actually do is we stick it over here. It's going to look something like this. And then eventually we'll just seal it in, I imagine. No, we won't seal it in. What am I thinking? Bottle empty here. No, we can't have the bottle empty there. Machine needs to be sitting in the liquid. We need the sensor to be here. Bottle empty here. And then... need tiles to conduct. The heat somehow. And they need to still be able to get in. I'm totally just overthinking this. We'll just put the bottle empty here. Have the machine here. Sensor here. And then this metal tile can conduct onto something else. Yeah, maybe this is a useless new conduction panel. Carries liquid, allowing extreme temperature exchange with overlapping buildings. I have no idea how this works. Oh, we do have a lot of food again. He just needs to cook it all now. We need to get this working. So we need to remove the bridge. So it needs to be priority 9, which it is. Everything else should be priority 8, which it is. What's happening now? I'm also in fungus and playing. I'm just trying to... Hey, Trouble Queen, how you doing? I'm just trying to... Our freezer from last time didn't quite work. The thing kept... The Thermo Regulator kept overheating. And it wasn't pleasant. So we're going to put some liquid in here and try and get it to conduct a little bit more heat with the environment. So we need to shift some of this stuff around. But, yeah, how have you been? I saw you playing some violin earlier. I was eating some food. The other thing we're building is a giant tower of transformers that we're just connecting all of our power sources onto it. And then we're going to get the Geotuned Geyser working. We need a wire in here as well, actually. I completely forgot about this. Okay, let's hook this up. Because we're starting to run out of accumulated water. So we're going to need to pump directly from here while this is trying its best. But the actual answer is you need to get this online, otherwise we're going to run out of oxygen. We had a bit of a food issue as well. Like, we've got Frank trying to cook all the food, and the cooked food is being dropped in the freezers. But the rest of the meat is kind of rotting as we're trying to cook it. Which is not ideal. But yeah, let's put some... Let's see, if we... So which liquid is the best thermal conductivity? So, ethanol's not very good. Oil is good. We want it to be cold, so probably just put oil in here. What about water? Water is not that conductive, so yeah, I think we do just want oil in here. if conductivity is the purpose. And then, let's see. So we can separate this now. And we'll need to change this. So the Thermo Regulator is going in here. Made of gold. We want the sensor to be up here, I guess. Yeah, the intake is here, so we want the sensor to be next to the intake. We're doing good. It was an amazing violin day. It was a good violin day, so it's going to be an amazing day. It's good. I'm playing on the Frozen Forest asteroid with Spaced Out. Yeah, that's fun. So you're on like the mini clusters, like with the little mini planets. I did that for like a 1 dupe per planet challenge, and that was pretty fun, but I think I'm mostly into the classic maps. But it was a fun little challenge. Let's see. So gas pipe thermosensor goes here. We then automate it like this, and we remove this automation wire. Hello. There we go. So then in terms of what the actual pipes are doing, so the cool stuff is coming out of here. And then we need to disconnect this. We need it to loop around here. Go into here. And then we need it to bridge on after this. So this is actually fairly straightforward. We just need to send it here and then bridge it here. And then the cool stuff will always get prioritized on the loop. Okay, that was actually pretty easy. I thought that was going to be more annoying. But yeah, this way we get to have the Thermo Aquatuner in line with all the statues as well. So it doesn't feel like a complete waste of time. And people can still get in here and do stuff. Who's gonna drop the oil off in here? I am! I'm on the way. Although, I think I just cancelled that errand. Bleh. It's a nice break from the only picking dupes from blueprints without rejecting a blueprint, try not to die mode. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the max dupes challenge is pretty hard. I'm not quite doing that yet. I've got a few challenges that I need to try out at some point. I need to try a max difficulty run with all the difficulty settings turned up, and I need to try a keep taking dupes until you die run. But I just want to have a really long normal run first, because I feel like some of my previous runs have kind of been cut short for various reasons, and this definitely seems like the seed to do it. Like the Geysers are really good. We managed to dedicate a lot of space to just ranches. Like we're struggling to actually feed all these hatches at the moment. We're trying to get them, stuff. We still need to actually build this conveyor as well, because we're dropping a lot of rock here, and at the moment the dupes are just delivering it by hand. But we want to conveyor it really, so I need to priority 9 this conveyor, so that all the sedimentary rock we're dumping from the other planet just gets dropped automatically at the ranches. So that should be priority 9. Yeah, I've probably taken on a few too many dupes. It's it's a little bit challenging at the moment, but it's okay. I don't want this game to be super easy. That's why I play it, because it is challenging. It's like one of the few games these days that is challenging. Yeah, we're going to get all these transformers built at some point. And then once it's done, we'll definitely prioritize sorting this out. We need to build this wire, though. That definitely needs to be priority 9. That is priority 9. We're not quite out of water yet. Down here. We will be soon. We've got lots of brine, but I still definitely want to use this for cooling before just dumping it randomly. Our cobalt volcano has been erupting for a while, but it's doing okay. You need to go and take care of some things, so I'll see you around. Yep, thanks for stopping by. I do the same thing. Like, as soon as I finish my stream and I raid someone, I'll go say hi, and then I've immediately got to go, because if I didn't have to go, I would have kept streaming. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope these dupes enjoy the rest of the day. They've certainly got enough stuff to do. Yeah, Lindsay's on the conveyor. Is this working? No, I need to set this. So send green signal if above -20 is what we want. We've dumped some oil in here. So that should help the conductivity. The metal should absorb some heat as well. And we can also put some temperature plates here to help conduct some heat. Well, I'm going to make those temperature plates out of. You know, I don't think I need to do that. I think the oil and metal tile should be good enough. This definitely seems to be working. And then I can deconstruct this pipe here. The loop is flowing how we want it to. The hydrogen's coming in and it's coming out. This is definitely what we should have done in the first place. This is way better than just letting it break and having to rebuild it every now and then. And we'll know it's a success when we actually start deep freezing stuff. Also, these tiles are hotter than they were, so I'm hoping that's a sign that this bit is conducting less heat. This is one of those cases where you kind of want an insulated door, but I know that's not how the game works. There aren't any insulated doors as such. Yeah, you guys are actually building this pretty quickly. That's good. I guess we'll speed to it. We've still got some regular hatches. Some stone hatchling eggs are ending up in here. We're gonna start having some starving hatches at some point, unless we get the stone sedimentary rock really moving with the conveyor. But not too bad. So, what I can actually do with this setup, if I really wanted to and I had a load of excess phosphorite, which we do, is we have so many wheezeworts on this map, I could stick, instead of having these wattage sensors here, that we were going to use to make like a pixel pack power display, we could just literally put farm tiles here and put wheezeworts in between the transformers. And get this even colder. And obviously it's not going to work very well with the carbon dioxide. Yeah, I don't think we'll bother with that. That's going to consume a lot of phosphorite. But we have so many wheezeworts on this map that it is actually possible. Like, between all these frozen biomes, between the radioactive biomes, there is a stupid amount. And we let... somehow liquid got in here. Probably when we were building all of this. Ridiculous. Well, that's not too bad. We built this big wall here to try and stop liquid from leaking out here, but I guess it's just inevitable that it's going to happen. Yeah, this is actually nearly done. Let's check out the construction priorities. Yeah, those wires are priority 8, that's fine. Conveyors, priority 9. I guess do that just so we don't get more liquids. Liquids forming. We don't need liquids. But the other advantage of doing this big transformer spine now is that we can start hooking up the metal volcanoes right away with steam turbines. And that's probably what we're going to do immediately after getting our water production increased. Because we're finding lots of iron on the map, but we're going to want aluminium for things. We're going to want copper for things. We have gold, and we don't even really need to tame this, because it's just erupting, and it's just doing fine. There's a little too much water here, though. We need to spread this out again. So let's just dig this out. Priority 9. But yeah, I'm just quite enjoying vibing. What is the breathability looking like? Carbon dioxide is here. We're ending up with a big pocket of oxygen over here. This actually, it's not a lot of oxygen at all. We just don't have a lot. We just don't have a lot of gas pressure. There's no chlorine left. So this is all fine, actually. This pipe is working now, helping to ventilate the base, so we've got lots of oxygen up where we need it. And then, if I look at the actual pipe, it's slowly making its way down here. Yeah, this conveyor is built now, so now we can turn this off. And everything that we take out of the supply teleporter, we will just dump in the storage room in the ranch, because there are storage bins here. We'll sort it out. And we're in the process of transitioning over to stone hatches, just because I know we're going to run out of sandstone at some point. Yeah, transformers are going okay. Insufficient oxygen generation. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Is this pumping again? Yeah, this is pumping now. That's good. What's the temperature looking like in the base? Yeah, the temperature is really good because we insulated the base and we're pumping in cooled air. So no issues with the base temperature. The grill area is actually a little hot. That's interesting. I mean, it kind of checks out. I mean, in fairness, we do have all of our actual vents over here. So that's probably part of it. Yeah, this is working really well. This is really conducting the heat better. We'll keep dumping a little bit more oil in here. In fact, I'm just going to enable an auto bottle. We're going to go grab it. In fact, I am going to go follow myself doing this because I think it'll be amusing. I'm going to go to the oil biome and pee in the oil tank. No, I'm going to go do something else. Quite impressive. I'll tell you what, it's quite impressive that I can stand and clap on a fire pole at the same time. Now that is some leg strength. We've actually ended up with some oil by the volcano, which is kind of bad. I'm going to sweep that up because we don't want to accidentally make sour gas. Unreachable mob. Oh, we've literally blocked this part of the map off now, haven't we? Yes. Neat. Well, how are we getting there then? I mean, we can just dig this. We just wanted to stop this liquid from leaking out, so that's fine. Please dig that out. Yes, there's a little bit more water in here now. or oil. I do realize this is hot oil that we're dumping on this thing. So that's probably not the best idea in the world. I think we'll just leave it there then. This seems fine. Temperature is decreasing. And it's not breaking, which is the important thing. Now let's see. I don't think I want any of these dupes. We're not going to take any dupes at the moment unless they're really good, because we're kind of just trying to get stuff online. So we'll take some more ethanol, even though we're not really using the ethanol for anything. We do at least have somewhere to store it all. Puffs are not really wandering around very much. I'm hoping they'll go around and start eating all the polluted oxygen in the base. We'll just keep getting everyone to exosuits. And when everyone's got their hats, we'll swap them over. Very good. It's just funny because everyone inadvertently ends up with rocket piloting as a skill. Because they're here. Honk. Hello. How you doing? We're having a fairly relaxed day. We've expanded our collection of toothy critters that we're eating for food. We're feeding them a lot of rock. We're bringing all the rock up here, and then we're delivering it via conveyors into these receptacles, and then these guys are eating the rock and turning it into coal, which is obviously very handy. And then we're eating these guys afterwards, so that's pretty nice. Here's our coal power plants, right next to them. And people will periodically come in here and look after these guys. Like, here's Stinky. He's going to come and brush one of these little toothy critters. I'm going to give him a little brush. And he's going to give him a little spritz. And he's going to give him a little cuddle. Now he's very happy. So he's going to lay more eggs. And we're switching these over to, like, the stony ones. There's, like, a stony one down here. Somewhere. I don't know where exactly. But they have, like, loads of HP and they're more efficient at converting rock into coal. So that's the plan. Got a decent amount of food, and we actually made some freezers to keep all the food in. Like, the meat gets delivered here, and then some guy cooks on the grill. He turns it into barbecue. And then we have some conveyors that drop that into these freezers with the statues. So we have the AC in here. It's keeping these rooms nice and cool. With a loop of hydrogen. Here it is. So the purple pipes are insulators, and the yellow pipes are conductors. So the hydrogen all warms up the room in here. It's full of carbon dioxide to keep the food nice and sterile. And then this just gets hot in exchange, and then that just dumps all the heat outside of the base. Where there's just lots and lots of carbon dioxide, and everyone's running around in suits because there's no air outside the base. I mean, there's a little bit of air up here, but it's slowly just all turning into carbon dioxide. Yeah, all the guys are pretty happy. We have our laboratory here where we're growing some of these guys. These guys have scales that grow in hydrogen. So there's some hydrogen floating up here in the roof where the dupes don't breathe it. But they'll wander around on the ceiling and they'll grow scales. And we can get plastic from these guys. We can shear them for plastic. How cool is that? And then these guys we can shear for fiber to like make suits and stuff. Like, this is what all my dupes' clothes are made out of. They're made out of Draco shearings. And then this is the laboratory. With these plants here, they eat Draco poop, and they cool the air around them and turn it into radiation. So we have like this big radiation patch here, and we're sending all that radiation to this lab, and we're using it to research technology. Although we haven't done that for a while, because we've researched most of the technology we want now. So it's all kind of integrated together, and then all the reed fiber gets turned into clothes over here. And then with the plastic, we made all these beds. These beds are critter themed. We got them from the Kickstarter project for getting like a puffed plushie. Like, I'll see if I can find a regular puff. There's some down here. Yeah, they're like these little goobers. These are little babies, but they're like these little goobers that will breathe in gases and turn them into solids. And these guys eat polluted air and turn it into slime. So they're eventually going to eat this polluted oxygen, which is nasty, and turn it into slime, which we can store somewhere. And the beds are themed after them because because we're gonna have a real life puffed in our room, our bedroom, and the bed makes a puff noise when they sleep on it. But yeah, there's Travaldo with the hair. What do you think? Someone said that Travaldo's hair looks like mine. I think you were in agreement with that. And the current plan, we're trying to get more water out of this steam vent that someone decided to name Sweaty. So originally that was just dumping water down here, but we've set up some steam turbines and we're going to try and get these to work. And we're going to do that in a few minutes, but everyone's just building some wires at the moment to connect this to our power grid. We're actually making like a centralized power grid now with transformers. And all of the power sources, like these steam turbines, are going to get fed into the large transformers over here and go onto this big wire. And that's connected to a load of batteries, and then that's connected to the small transformers, which take the power off and they bring it to the base. So once this wire is built, we can actually hook up the steam turbines, get this erupting at a hotter temperature, and then get the water being processed through here instead of with this pump. Because at the moment, the steam pressure is too high and this vent isn't venting properly. And that's our aim for today, because the more water we can get, the more water we can pump into these electrolyzers. And these electrolyzers are turning the hot water into hot oxygen and hot hydrogen. And the oxygen is floating down here, and the hydrogen is floating up here. And this is just a big storage tank for the hydrogen. It's very compressed. We've got about like 3 tons of hydrogen in this little space. You know, fairly normal gas pressures going on here. And this room's full of hydrogen as well, but at low pressure. And then the oxygen all just gets pumped out of here and into the base. And there's a load of vents down here by the hatchy critters. And then this other oxygen pipe goes over to the exosuits that they're using to leave the base and go and explore the rest of the map. So yeah, we've got these laboratories down here where once we get these working, it will increase the output and the temperature of the cool steam vents. So it will double the output, and it will increase the temperature from 110 degrees to 210 degrees. And that's more or less the best temperature to run these steam turbines at. Like at the moment it's too cold for steam turbines and it's not actually going to run at all. But once it starts running it, then these will handle everything and it will stop overpressurizing and we'll get loads more water. And then we'll have loads more oxygen. And then we can have loads more people running around and doing stuff. So that's the plan. How are you anyways? Are you looking forward to the weekend? I'm looking forward to the weekend. These dupes are also very slow. They're very fast going the fire poles, but they need a bit more athletic skill for climbing these ladders. We're slowly replacing the ladders with plastic ladders that are faster for people to walk across. But we don't have that much plastic production yet. So we spent it all on beds. But that's fine. They need beds. It sounds like you need a bed. But anyways, it looks like this wire is actually mostly done. I go priorities. Yeah, it's just these bits left. They've actually built pretty much everything I told them to build. So now I think what we can do is we can take the consumer wires. I'm just going to take it from down here. we're actually going to connect this consumer wire up to the main base. Need some steam generators at the moment with gas prices. Yeah, we should just hook steam turbines up to our homes. Solve the energy crisis. I was actually thinking this last night. It was so windy because, like, I'm at the top of a hill. I'd like solar panels, but I'd also actually just quite like a little wind turbine to stick on my roof. I'm sure that would get some decent power going, but I don't think you can really get those. I've never seen anyone do it anyways. Also, here's my character that someone named after me. I'm currently having a shower, and for some reason these guys shower with their clothes on. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but their clothes must be getting pretty wet. Also, we picked up a load of plants. I should plant more plants in here. We have 13. That's almost enough for all of these. In fact, let's see. The room's the right temperature. I'll put a cactus in this one. And then the rest of these can be mirth leaves. The cactus is the best plant because in this game it grows from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. Whereas the other plants are a lot more fussy. But the only place we can find cacti is in the oil area, which is down here. And to be fair, we could go and explore this and get more cacti and stuff. And it's not super urgent. Washing their clothes at the same time, it's efficient. Yeah, that's true. If they didn't shower in their clothes, we'd have to have like a clothes washing system as well. They don't need to add that to the game. But yeah, all of our bathrooms, right? So this is all a closed loop. So clean water goes in, polluted water comes out as they use these things. Slightly more polluted water comes out than goes in. We have a sieve down here that filters all the polluted water through sand and turns it into polluted dirt, and then we get clean water out of it again. So that's good. And then the excess water ends up going up here, and it's going into this plant, which we're using to get more reed fiber from. It consumes just a ton of polluted water, and it grows very frequently and produces a lot of fiber for us to use. In fact, I should probably plant a second one now, because we've got enough people. This can, I believe, handle about 20 people's worth of stuff. Yeah, 24 people's worth of stuff. Okay, we can keep going with just one for now. But once we get more than 24 people, we'll need the second plant. And I'm aiming for about 40 people. How's this going? Yeah, this is working much better. I should have just done this at the end of yesterday instead of just what I did. Right, is this working now? Yeah, so that's connected. Obviously, there's no power coming onto it yet. But now what I should be able to do is just disconnect these wires. And connect this wire up here. Then yeah, those are generating again. All that power gets drained instantly because it's a large power transformer. That makes sense. So now that power is going into the heavy watt wire via the transformer, charging all these batteries, and then it's being drained off of here. So the coal generators in this case will keep running until these batteries are full. And when these batteries fill, this battery will start to fill again. And when this one fills, it will tell them to turn off. So the whole purpose of that is now we can fit our steam turbines up here onto the same loop. And it will go. So I think we can actually get this running now. The only issue is there is... hold on. There is non-steam gas in here. There's oxygen here. So we need to vent this room. So I'm going to put a pump over here. Why have we got a puffed in here? This guy's going to get steam cooked. What temperature can these guys live up to? They can live up to 105. Yeah, he's actually going to get steamed. Like, it's livable at the moment for him, but as soon as we start geotuning this, it's going to get too hot and he's going to die. Rip Mr. Puffed. Right, so we'll just put a gold gas pump in here. And then we'll just vent that out here. And the problem is we'll need high pressure vents for basically everything now that we're filling up the map with carbon dioxide. But that's okay. We have plastics, we can make these. So we'll build that. In terms of power, we'll just run this off the consumer network. So this wire can just go up here. Part of the reason I built everything like this is because this map started with just huge pockets of refined metal, like over here. In fact, there's actually a geyser down here as well. I want to have a look at this. So we're able to use a lot more metal for construction and projects like this than you normally would be able to in this game. Yeah, let's go look at this. We've got a lot of polluted water coming out of here. There's a lot of ice on this map that just randomly melts, which I dislike. But that's because it's been dripping down here. I think the answer is that we just let it drip into here. And then we sweep this up, because I don't want that polluted water coming down here. We've got a random lump of uranium here that's kind of amusing. This normally spawns much nearer to your starting spot, but because, like, that's where you actually want it. But I guess on Badlands it spawns really far away. Yeah, we can dig down here as well, and this can meet up with this shaft. Yeah, we'll just come in like this. So you build the ladders and the fire poles because the dupes can go down the fire poles very quickly, but they can't climb them very fast, so they need ladders to climb up. Yeah, you guys can come and sweep all of this up, because I do not want this liquid to come down here. So we'll get to watch all the dupes come in here and start sweeping. It's their favorite thing to do. You can just tell by the excited look on their faces. Yeah, there you go. Now you'll get to say hi to each other as they feel their common purpose. Yeah, seems like we're doing pretty well on food now. More of these bog buckets are growing. There's this other asteroid that we've got our one dude Meep on, and he's just sort of caretaking the asteroid for us, like sending stuff over to the main planet. And there's a lot of polluted water here that he's just, because it's a giant swamp, that he's just sending over. And that's going through this teleporter. Wait for it to load. Let's go through this teleporter, and we're feeding it to a load of plants in this room. They're bucket-shaped plants. They're kind of like yeah, they're like pitcher plants. You ever seen a pitcher plant? And they apparently make for somewhat nice food. Also, I should actually tell people to make Swampy Delights. I can't believe I haven't done that yet. That's the meal that you make out of them. Yeah, these have probably all been rotting for a while. I mean, I'm sure people have been eating them as well, but we need to cook all of our... We want to cook all of our food before it goes in a freezer. Get more calories out of it. Yeah, I think this is actually working now. Like, if I look at this barbecue, it's deep frozen. So it's just gonna... It won't ever go off, so long as it's in a sterile atmosphere, and it's below -18. And removing the doors was definitely necessary, because... otherwise, all the heat just leaks out through the door. We're still getting quite a lot of heat leak, but it's acceptable. Acceptable levels. I mean, this part of the base is hot anyways. So, it's kind of nice cooling it down as well with the draft from the freezer, I suppose. These guys also really don't mind cold that much. They can get hypothermia, but it'll never, like, scald them or actually do damage to them. Whereas if they go somewhere really hot, like, in the steam room without a suit on, they will scald and eventually die. So yeah, let's get this wire built. Lindsay is on the job. Are we just out of power in general? How much power are we actually consuming? Oh, it's going over the transformer limit, so it's temporarily depowering. I think I need to split the consumers into more than one grid. Because originally, what was happening, because there weren't any transformers, was it was just temporarily overloading the wires. Whereas now, instead of doing that and damaging the wires, it's just cutting off at the transformer and it's depowering. So I think the actual answer is that... I mean, there's not a lot of power being consumed down here. I think what we do is we just take this wire, bring it up here, do a bridge, send it here, and then just deconstruct this. That should help. Because this stuff is being used frequently. This is always on. That should help reduce the power draw. Because yeah, at the moment I've currently got... If everything ran at once, it would consume 10 times the amount of power that the transformer can handle. So we're lucky that everything doesn't run at once. And actually it kind of does enough that it's causing issues. Also, we have like a little hermit up here. And he's in his house at the moment, and we've put a little like Shinebug ranch next to him. So he appreciates that we're giving him power, and he appreciates that we've put him in a nice neighborhood. And if we send him 3 unique food items of good quality, then he'll join the colony, I think. Its occupant has been alone for so long, he's forgotten what friendship feels like. That's so sad. I didn't read this. I'm so sad. I think he's got a pretty good deal. He gets a nice room. He seems to have plenty of oxygen in his thing. He doesn't need to make his own oxygen, unlike us. Where's Abe going? Oh, you're just gonna go handle these guys. Fair enough. Cute little bugs come over to get brushed too. They do not take very long to groom. Right, how is this all looking? Did they finish this? They did. Yeah, so this has 5 kilowatts worth of consumers on it, so that's getting a decent amount of power going. This is still overloading occasionally. So I should probably hook something else up. Christ. Maybe what I do is I take a wire over here to these transformers, and we bring that wire this way, and then we can disconnect that wire, connect this up here, deconstruct this. So then the bottom stuff is powered by this transformer, the top stuff is powered by that transformer, and then we can set this to be like a middle bit that we disconnect from here. I think that makes sense. Friendship EU not efficient. Yes. It's very cringe. How dare these clones be friends with each other? Abe looks like he needs some food. We got water coming down here. Yeah, I think all the random ice melting is something I didn't really think about this map. It's kind of annoying me, but it is what it is. I want to dig out a bit more space for this water. That should do. Hopefully no more melts in here. We're trying to get this gold volcano to boil this water and drop off the gold in the process. I think it is dropping off the gold in the process. But if the water pressure is too high, it won't erupt. So, trying to spread it out. Also, did we find out what was in that geyser here? Not yet. I'm going to priority 9 this. Because I want to find out what's in here. Oh, there's another one in the oil biome. Okay. Let's look for that as well. We'll just dig into the uranium. We've already found loads of uranium elsewhere. There's even more on the other planet. So I'm not that worried. We can just dig this over here. Actually found some water near the oil. That's kind of odd. The reason I'm digging it like this to the geysers is because they all erupt out of this tile. So if you leave this tile clear, or blocked, they won't erupt, but you'll still be able to see what they are. There's a lump of gold down here, that's pretty neat. There's not a lot of gold on this map. Who's got skills? Frankie, you can have suit wearing, excellent. If the dupes go out the base in suits without having the suit wearing skill, they're very slow. So it's good that we got that. This guy is very slow anyways, because he's anemic, so he does not walk very fast. But he's cute, so he gets away with it. And then, yeah, you can have digging. That seems good. We're actually pretty close to everyone having exosuit training, which is quite good. Yeah, you're building all this wire as well. So at the moment, all the lab stuff and ranches aren't being powered, which is kind of sad. We also have people on different schedules. So no matter what time of day it is, there's always someone up and about to do tasks, which is nice. So Rowan is going to handle the wire. Yeah, there we go. So that stuff should be powered again now. The radiation, the rad bolt generator is always powered by this separate line. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to disconnect this, because we're not using it for research at the moment. And we're going to put a bridge here. But this needs to have its own independent power, because if it's interrupted at all, then the rad bolts it's trying to generate from the radiation just disappear entirely. So that has its own separate loop, no matter what. And then now we've actually got the grid set up, we can put more consumers in here. Like, we'll put more recreation room stuff in here. But we'll need more power first. We need more power generations. We need the steam turbines running first for that. So in terms of gases, we are venting the oxygen out of here now. A little bit of steam is getting caught in this, I think. But it's mostly oxygen. And eventually it will just be steam in here. And all the other normal gases will be gone. And we can run these turbines. Because the problem is, at the moment, the turbines won't run because the oxygen is getting in the way of the steam. Which is definitely not how physics works in real life. But it's how it works at the moment. Yeah, there is occasionally a little bit of steam coming out here. And that's actually kind of breaking in the pipes. So I should make this insulated pipe. If I'm doing it like this. Otherwise the pipe's going to keep breaking from steam condensing in it. How annoying. Also, we should have more snazzy suits again now. Yeah, we have 8 snazzy suits. So everyone can come here and grab one. We only need to make one more, and then we can start giving people the super snazzy suits, which are made with the different machine. Wait. I guess we just do this one at a time. We've got a bit more plastic now, so let's actually take these ladders to the exosuits. Yeah, there we go. One complete plastic ladder. Nice. Also, there's no chlorine in here anymore, so I'm just going to get rid of these salt lines. We had some just random chlorine floating around the base, and these plants eat chlorine and sand, and then they turn into salt. So we don't need these anymore. We don't need these either. So I think it makes sense to have the power display read downwards. So I'm going to set this to... I don't know. We'll figure this out later. We don't even have glass production yet, so I'm not going to worry about that until we actually start making glass for the display. Yeah, it looks like these are getting filled a little bit better. Let's look at the conveyor now. So we are sending sedimentary rock occasionally from the other planet. It's getting dumped in here. And it's getting taken out of these containers to fill up other rocks. Then it's getting added to this, which is sending that rock over here to these receptacles, which are then being filled. But the problem with this is that this one is always filling up preferentially, and then it's going down here. But the amount that these fill up by isn't very much, so not too bad. I could set these to a lower amount. That would probably help distribute it more evenly as well. Yeah, let's do that. God, there's so many of these guys. We're not even trying to actively breed these guys at the moment. We're trying to breed the stony ones as well. I'll try and see if I can show you one. What's this guy doing? Hold on. What's going on here? Excited. Oh! It's queuing. It's queuing for the thing. I forgot that they actually queue now. It's very weird. Well, whatever they're doing, they're not coming over. They don't look very excited either. It looks kind of bored. I guess we're getting dupes with facial hair in the future. Ooh, what do you mean? Have they posted an update on the website? I mean, George already has facial hair. Unfortunately, he's not currently with us. But we will work on that. Yeah, gas is slowly coming out of here. The insulated pipe seems to be good enough. It's not perfect, but it's not breaking as much. Right, I suppose something else I could do, like, what is currently going on? So these guys are digging down here. We're looking for these geysers. There is a lot of diamond down here. That's pretty interesting. I guess we're just mostly doing this. Yeah, I'm always happy for them to add more dupes. I think I want to try using the Dupe mod at some point. The one that lets you customize dupes, like appearance completely. Not sure when we'll do that. Let's see, that should work just about. Yeah, that shouldn't trap anyone. They should be able to navigate all of this. I would like them to just grab all of this iron as they're going about this. That'll certainly make building all this stuff easier. Yeah, I'm going to speed to it for a little bit. While we're waiting for that other room to vent. Yeah, we've got loads of people over here now. What's in the pod? Let's see. We've got a diver's lungs dupe, but they're a doctor. It's very rare I turn down diver's lungs, to be honest. Just consuming less oxygen, that's the constraint on how many dupes we have. And supplying is a pretty good interest. Like, even if the skill isn't super high, like, we're always going to take it, so it's free morale. And the negatives aren't bad at all. And we could probably do with having a doctor. This game is called Oxygen Not Included. And that is because oxygen is not included. But it's like yeah, it's pretty good. It's by Clay. And there's an expansion pack called Spaced Out for it as well, which adds a lot of things. But to be honest, the base game on its own is well worth playing just on its own. It's most of the same stuff. The main difference with the expansion pack is that you can physically explore space with rockets, and there's other planets to go to. But the base planets are so big and full of so much stuff that there is plenty to do in the base game. You definitely don't have to buy the DLC to enjoy the game. But yeah, we're going to take the diver's lungs person, I think. Probably worth having a second doctor just in case. Yeah, Bubbles. We're just about to get the Steam Vent Geotuned, so I feel somewhat comfortable doing this. So Bubbles can go on which schedule? Let's see. This schedule. And she can prioritize... She's got the Princess Leia do. She can prioritize... Let's prioritize storing on her. I don't have a huge amount of dedicated supplying dupes. That's fine. There she is. She gets a hat. These beetles with like the long legs, just they're just funny. Yep, there's your hat. Enjoy. Where is all this water coming? It's so annoying. It's actually ending up on top of the ethanol, which is annoying, but I guess it's not that much of a problem. I do want to sweep it up though. Where is it all coming from? It's coming from up here. It's just a big blob of ice up here that keeps melting. Well, we've got some people to sweep that up, so that's not really an issue. Yeah, deconstruct these plants, please. Yeah, I'm really pleased that these freezers are working now. This isn't even getting too hot. It really was just a conductivity issue. That's perfect. Yeah, I think the power grids are doing fine now because we've got about 5 kilowatts of potential load down here, about 10 on here, about 6 on here. That's pretty good. How's the room looking? Looks like we're pumping mostly steam at the moment. Well, when this stops erupting, we should be able to grab the rest of this oxygen. There's hardly any left. But even if we just got a tiny bit, it's just going to keep getting... It's going to keep getting just moved around. It's going to be annoying. I guess we're pumping a little bit of water up here at the moment, but hardly anything. This is going to keep erupting for another 40 cycles. I'm a bit annoyed. I've been letting it overpressurize for a while, so our water stocks have gotten kind of low. But, it's not too bad. Worst case, we can desalinate some of this. Hydrate. Hold on, what's going on with my internet? Why are my frames dropping? No particular reason. Right. I still got some cold brew coffee. Even though it is 10 o'clock, I'm determined to get this running at least a little bit today. So, I'm going to stay on the coffee. It's not that strong anyways. It actually has a mild to strong meter on it. I'm not sure. Actually, that's not really very visible, is it? But it says it's very mild, so I'm going to assume it's mild. Right, we're actually pretty much there. All the oxygen is pushed over here now, so this is getting pumped out pretty quickly, I think. Is it? It looks like it's just actually fluctuating around. We're just getting steam out. That's not how that should work. I'm going to try and get someone to sweep that, see if that helps. Got some kind of odd physics going on here. Who's going to come over to do this? Hey, where are you? Oh god, you're very slow. Well, that's fine. But yeah, I think we might actually have time to get this working today. In fact, like, it's probably good enough that we can get it to work now. The main issue being that it's currently overpressurizing because the steam's not hot enough. So maybe we actually turn on the Geotuners. So get people to turn these on. We need to keep putting bleach stone in these to get the geyser to erupt harder. And we do have a lot of it stored up, but it's not renewable at this stage. So that is currently consuming bleach stone to increase the temperature of this. So that should increase the temperature to the point where it starts going through the turbines. Pei, where are you? Where are you? I'm just gonna do it. I get the feeling that the person who was going to come here is no longer coming here. No, they're still there. They're just very, very slow. What's overheating? The door. Well, this isn't even our door, so what's the problem? Ooh, we found another aluminium volcano. We have 2 of them. Very interesting. This just looks like a water geode. The map has just random pockets of resources on it because we have geodes. So that's what this is. That's why we just got random water near the oil. Oh, right, okay. The oxygen is all gone now. So we can actually turn this off. So, sorry, Pei, your trip up here was completely wasted. It sorted itself out. So, it's currently over pressure, so it's... Is it still consuming the data? It is still consuming the data while it's over pressure. How annoying. I mean, it's trying to get up to temperature, but it's not quite making it. Also, we've got an idle person. Oh, have we actually just run out of things to do? I think we have. Well, if you're really looking for something else to do, you can start digging all of this out. Not that we're going to need that anytime soon. You discovered a sulfur geyser. That's cool. We will set up all the sulfur at some point. It's not the immediate priority, I'll admit. But it is nice to slowly find them all. We know there's 4 on this asteroid. There's also a room over here that we should probably try and get access to. So, dig into here. We don't want any gases to come in here from outside. So we need to plug that airflow tile up. And then we need to... some ladders here. But I think that's most of the geysers on this asteroid that we found now. Let's see. So Gene can have... we'll take him to suits. Yeah, I mean, this could be priority 1, but yeah, just keep expanding this floor, because we're eventually going to fill this with critter ranches and farms. Ah, looks like this is trying to work, but it's blocked. Okay, that's a good sign. So what that means is I need to actually send this here. And I need it to prioritize... Yes, I need it to prioritize the steam turbines over the regular stuff. So what we actually do is we split this. We turn that off there. And then we put the pipe here. So the way the bridges work is that if this pipe with all the output starts here off of this bridge, this liquid will always flow first, and then if there's a gap, this liquid will flow. So we'll slowly start draining the condensed water from the bottom of the tank, but we want to prioritize getting the steam out first. Because the aim is to just depressurize this. Although it's condensing at the moment, so that's good. I get the feeling this may actually be enough to just work. And the one thing we want to do as well is we want the, let's see, the brine. We do not want to currently dump it over here like we are. We're sending brine up via this thing. And we want it to keep looping in here until it's above 95 degrees. Not 6.9 degrees. I can't believe I forgot to set that sensor. That's very annoying. So now, instead of being dumped on the volcano, which is what we want to do with the really hot salt water, this liquid is going to circulate around the steam turbines and gradually cool them off. And I think what I want to do is I want to... I've got some oxygen in here conducting heat at the moment. That's not ideal. We want hydrogen in here, ideally. And we also want... We also want some liquid running along the bottom to help conduct heat. So... we can start by dumping a very small amount in here of just the brine. That will do, because the brine will never evaporate. So we just build a vent and drop some of that off. And then we can build a gas vent and pump hydrogen into this room. And in terms of actually getting the... oxygen out of this room, the best solution I can think of is building a door here and just sending a load of people in here to breathe the oxygen until it's all gone. We could pump it out, but that's going to be time consuming. We'll just get them to breathe it, and then there'll be a little bit of carbon dioxide left, and then that'll mostly sit on the floor. Not really cause any issues. Yeah, that should be fine. This should all be priority 9. How many other things were set to priority 1 by accident? Nothing. That's good. Yeah, I think we're probably actually going to get this to work. Which is good. Because I've never done this before. I was kind of worried. But this will come out hot enough now that it will enter these steam turbines and it won't get blocked. Yeah, who's coming to do this? Let's go speed to it. People are very slowly making up here. But long commutes. They're not actually that bad. People are spending more time traveling than working, but it's not by much. People are spending a pretty good amount of time working. I mean, we have a lot of ranches, so that makes sense. They're just standing here and cuddling critters. Oh yeah, look, here's a stony hatch. So these ones are different in that they have loads of HP, and they only eat rock, not some of the other stuff that these guys eat. But they turn 75% of what they eat into coal, whereas these guys only turn 50% of it into coal. We have a lot of coal actually. We have like 200 tons of it. Let's make some refined carbon out of that. Let's just make like 100 loads, or 99 loads. And we'll also set this to just make ceramic forever. Because we're dumping clay up here anyway, so it's fairly convenient for people to come in here and grab this. We'll need the ceramic eventually. We've got 8 stone hatchling eggs now. It does look like these are slowly getting filled, which is good. We're trying our best to feed these guys. There's a lot of them. But it seems like we're doing all right from a colony food point of view too. Also, look, they're working. So the steam turbines are bringing the steam because it's hotter than 125. So they are producing a lot of heat. They're producing a lot of heat, but most of it is being turned into power, which is going into the rest of the base. The power generation increases with temperature. And once the temperature reaches 200 degrees, it will be at max capacity. But all the water is getting pumped out of here and going in here. Although, it should be said that it's going to back up because we're not consuming that much water yet. So what I do need to do is I need to put an overflow onto this. And we'll make that an insulated pipe overflow. So if there's no room to jump onto this pipe here, we'll take that water, bridge it over here, and then dump it up here. In where we currently have our water tank. And that should work. We'll need to build an extra ladder here to access this. Why am I still building stuff at priority 1? It's not a very good idea. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is actually working. So at least we have something for the thumbnail. We need to get a shot with all four turbines working to prove that it's actually erupting the right temperature. We do need all 4 to work for it to pump. In fact, I may also let this overflow work, because we just want to get all this water out of here. We want the thermal mass of the room to be as low as possible so that we can just immediately make it as hot as possible. In fact, I want to sweep all the stuff out of here as well. There's just random stuff on the floor. I'm gonna grab that. Do we have random storage bins? We do. So let's put stuff in here that's sweep only.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go. Wow. It's getting hot in here. Yeah, look, this one's working a little bit. It's kind of spits and spurts at the moment, but eventually this will all run. I think I will want some temp shift plates in here just to conduct all of the heat evenly. So we can make some of those as well out of something cheap, like granite. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, this should do. So how much brine have we got in here? That's probably enough. So I think we can turn this vent off. And then when we get our next lot of brine from this, which won't be for a while. So this is the other issue with this setup, is that we're only occasionally getting water to cool this from here, and that's only if it gets heated up enough by this. So what I could do, at the moment we're dumping the really cool water in this loop to make sure the oxygen is nice and cold when it comes out of these electrolyzers. This is where the oxygen goes to, well, the oxygen is cooled down in this chamber. And we're also running the brine through here just to cool down the hydrogen generators that run off the electrolyzers. But what we should do is we should set up a overflow here so that when this pipe is full, it just goes straight onto this loop. So what we can actually do is just... we wanted to prefer... Blimey, this is getting complicated. We want it to prefer this stuff. So that stuff goes first, but if this overflows and can't lead on to the system here, then it will come up here. And we can just use regular pipe for this. Then lead on to here. And then that will go up here and dump into this loop as well. Yeah, I like that. I swear, half of managing liquids in this game is just understanding how the bridges work and how the logic works and telling the liquid how to flow through each pipe. So at the moment it's just being pumped straight onto that line because we haven't built the bridges yet, but that's fine. So we're getting cold brine go through here. I should probably insulate this pipe if we're sending cold brine through here as well. Because before we were sending room temperature brine through here. Oh, and I need to actually disconnect this. That's what I need to do. Yes. So now we'll run according to the logic that I've chosen once the bridges are built. But yeah, we don't want to excessively cool the outside. So that should work. So it dumps the liquid on here. It then goes up here past the steam turbines. If it's too hot, it gets dumped out here. And we'll want this to be insulated too. It doesn't have to be insulated when it goes into tiles, because the tiles are already insulated. So no heat is really transferred. And if it's not too hot, then it loops back here. And we'll need to insulate this bit as well. Okay, I think that's actually everything done. So once they do all of that, this should work properly. But these temp shift plates that help equalize the temperature, they take a while to build. So we're going to have a lot of people just building these little rock panels in here at the moment to try and shift the heat around. You're better off building something like this, like so that it's actually symmetrical. But we didn't quite have room because of where this geyser is. I mean, maybe we could have managed it, but it was awkward. So we didn't really want to do that. Also, I want to put some insulated tile here. Because this water is really cold and we're trying to keep it cold. What did I find over here? Oh, I found another snazzy suit over here. Nice, nice. Mr. Turtle can wear this. Actually, no, that's really stupid because he's very slow. Travaldo can wear this. And we'll keep telling people to wear suits. So Pei can have that one. I'm going to make these priority 8 because we want people to build all the other stuff first. These take a while to build. They're less important than all this stuff. Here I am. I look very happy for some reason. This Ariza Gaming's favorite genre of music is festive power ballad. That is not a true Ariza Gaming fact. Please disregard it. That's definitely not true. We have an aspiring Austrian artist here. People picked out some funny names this run. We've actually got a lot of named dupes this run, which is nice. You can rename a dupe for how many channel points? 1,000. And the only rule is that you can't rename someone who's already been renamed. And I have discretion, so please don't name the dupes anything rude, because it won't happen. Yeah, these guys are all getting on with this. Speed it up, actually. Just a little bit. The problem is, when you get to a certain size, the speed up button doesn't really do anything. Like, it tells them to do it faster, but they spend longer waiting between actions because the game needs to process what they need to do. So, it doesn't actually make them do it that much faster. It just makes time flow faster. If that makes sense. So I just like to wait around on speed 1 and watch them build everything. But yeah, the problem at the moment is... these storage bins are too far away. I need to make some storage bins over here to put this stuff in. Because that's going to absorb heat from the environment as well, and I want as little thermal capacity in here as possible. It's an interesting noise now that it's being geotuned. The little clicky thing. Still need to build these bridges as well. They are priority 9. People are just getting around to it. Right, so those bridges are in place. So this liquid is flowing properly now. And if we get any warmer liquid from here, that will flow onto this loop first, and this cooler liquid will wait. That's good. So we should have a nice circular loop of brine going around all these steam turbines. I'm going to speed up again. Travado has his balloon. Very snazzy. Oh, I need to keep giving people more suits. I hope people are actually coming to pick these up. I don't think they are. Did Travado pick up his suit? He did. That's good. Right, let's set these. Priority 9. We'll turn these off. So yeah, now you should actually be grabbing the stuff from this room as well and removing it. And that's important as well, because we had phosphorus in here, and I'm pretty sure that would actually have No, I guess it wouldn't have melted. It's not quite hot enough to melt the phosphorus. Yeah, now we're getting some hot steam. It's quite hot to get it to actually not condense. It's kind of working. Not quite. I wish the temperature map had a bit more resolution on it, because that would be really helpful for this, I think. Because the steam up here is quite hot, and it's going through and getting processed. We still need to build all of this. And that's not actually reachable. This is going to be a tank full of hot water. I think I just need to bite the bullet and let people in here somehow. So, we priority 9 this. Because we really don't want this to be blocked. In fact, I'm just going to yellow alert this. Then remove these plants. This room's full of chlorine, but it's not actually a problem. Yeah, these are blocking now, and that's not helping with the whole condensing thing. Yeah, then we can just come in like this. Got a drowning balm lily. That's that's amusing. And then we can just dig all of this up and just slowly start removing it all. In fact, this all just needs to be yellow alert, I think. Just remove all of this, please. Yeah, we've removed all the solids from here. That's good. This can be swept up as well. Yeah, Stinky is on his way to do that. These guys are definitely just really slow before we get training on everyone. I wish this guy would just remove this plant as well. We don't need a second person to come and remove this. Is this actually erupting? Looks like it's mostly just condensing. Oh, it's not geotuned at the moment. So this is the other thing, is that these things, once they run out of bleach stone, we do need people to come here and do the science again. So it's not going to be constantly super hot. Unless we have a fleet of lab technicians just ready to do it at all times. So this is where the Boffins part of Badlands Boffins comes in. We need lots of researchers to constantly tune all of our geysers. And we need to deliver all the materials here automatically so that they're not moving it around. To make sure it's always working. And we are kind of depending on this to get enough oxygen for our dupes. So we do need to prioritize it. Right. Let's see. You now need to build the ladder here. It's doing better, but we just need this to pump out. The loop is working, which is good. And this stuff certainly isn't overheating. I think I need to put, like, radiant pipe sections down here. And I think gold is better than iron. Let's just double check that. I think it's more thermally conductive. So the gold has a thermal conductivity of 60. I think the iron actually has a higher thermal conductivity than that. Let's have a look at the pipes. Yeah, they have a thermal conductivity of 110. So we actually want these to be made out of iron. So make some radiant pipe sections down here. And then that will help conduct the heat away from the steam turbines more effectively through the liquid layer over here. Because the main lesson is that liquids are just much better at conducting heat than gases are. Both because there's more mass to absorb the heat and because it's just more conductive in general. Hassan is on his way. He's very slow. Yeah, build this. Now everyone can get in here, so everyone's now going to come over here and dig all of this stuff out. Hatches are starting to starve. That's not good. Yeah, we just want to vent the water. Who's doing this? Ari is. Ari is quite fast. Maria earned a skill point. Let's see. You can just go with building, I guess. Yeah, and pay can go with building as well. That's fine. Then I've got a skill point, so I can also go with building. Very nice. Right, it's getting somewhat late. I would like to stay up a little bit more and check that this is working properly, because I think we've almost got it working. The Puffed hasn't died yet, which is kind of amusing. What temperature is the Puffed? They're currently 81 degrees. I think this guy's days are numbered, but they're currently surviving. Yeah, we should be able to get over here soon to do this. I think we've done more exploring as well. Did we finish all of this? We did. There's nothing else over here that I really want to look at. Gold volcano is still erupting, that's good. We actually explored most of the map. There's a chunk over here we haven't looked at. You're digging over here so we can access this room, which I would like to do. Right, so you guys can come over here and build this now. So this doesn't need to be yellow priority. We're dumping the water in here again, which is good. Just random water around the map, like all the melted ice and stuff goes here. But all this water needs to go down here. So this vent being built is the most important thing to do at the moment. Travaldo is on the case. Yep, we're putting the iron here too. That's good. Speed up a little bit more. Have I really only done 10 cycles today? No, I haven't. I started at cycle 156. So I think when we're doing it mostly on speed 1, we mostly do about 15 cycles a day. And then if I speed it up more, we get more. This is going to erupt again. Let's see what happens. So we get a very large amount of steam coming out of here. That gets... It doesn't get very hot because it's still heating up the temp shift plates. It's also because it's heating up the water. And then the water condenses over here where it's in contact with the oil, but the oil isn't conducting any heat from this. It's just trying to heat this all up slowly. We just need this pipe to get built. Oh my god, purple polyester. Oh, but the thing is, we got another dupe. We got Max, and he's a researcher. And we just said that we need researchers to do all the geotuning to make sure that's up to date. I want the purple polyester. It's all purple. Decisions. Or we could even take the barbecue. Although that seems like a bit of a waste. Noodle arms is not good, especially if they're going to be carrying bleach stone around to go to the Geotuners. So probably pass because of that. So in that case, let's go for the purple polyester. This is actually also a really good dupe. Suit wearing and supplying is a very strong combo. Faster, carry more things. Machinery skill is also good. These downsides don't really mean very much. Old Mimar can't stand looking at people's knees. We're going to start generating more oxygen, but we're not quite there yet. I think we take the purple polyester for now. Once we know that the steam vent has been geotuned properly, and we're getting more water, then we'll make more electrolyzers, and then we'll start taking on more dupes again. I want to be very careful. I want to make sure that I don't actually, like, ruin us. Right, so Turtle is going to get the purple polyester. He gets a special suit because he's going to be wandering around very slowly. And then this can go to Stinky. I feel like the people aren't actually coming to wear the suits. I feel like they're forgetting to. Okay. So now we're dumping the water. Yeah, that's good. So if it's not going into the electrolyzer, it's just being dumped up here. Very nice. So we're slowly removing the extra water from this room, which should help this stop overpressurizing. No artist yet? No, we have an artist. We have aspiring Austrian artists. They've been doing all the statues and things. They've been doing a good job. Yeah, we just need all this stuff to get up to temperature. And then it'll be okay. But that's going to involve just getting all this water out of here first. I know this is really stupid. I'm very tempted just to put in some extra pumps just to do this now. Because I want to test that this is working properly when the room is empty. So sue me. We're gonna just do this. We're just gonna dump all this water and then we're gonna delete these. We're gonna play for one more cycle. Yeah, we need to get rid of this condensed stuff so that the hot steam can actually come out of here and go into steam turbines, because at the moment it's all just building up in here. In fact, it's even getting to the point where it might just start evaporating spontaneously, which is really bad, because then we're going to have a lot of cold steam in there that's stopping it from erupting, isn't actually going away. So we need to do this immediately before this starts evaporating. Because these temperature plates are starting to get up to temperature. So we're going to have an influx of people coming over here, hopefully. Yeah, that's good. But if this all starts disappearing, then we're in trouble. We need to pump it out, not let it turn into steam. Although this is the only heat source in here, so unless this is erupting, it shouldn't start evaporating. And everyone is coming over here. What? How are people getting in here without suits? Did I open this up again unintentionally? I don't think I did. Bossman should definitely have a suit. She doesn't. Oh, maybe she does and she's just holding up. No, she's got popped eardrums. Yeah, she shouldn't be here. Right, that's erupting again. That's not good. This will stop erupting soon anyways. So hopefully it stops before this all evaporates. No. It's starting to evaporate. Okay, it stopped again. Yeah, now it's stopped. So yeah, keep pumping this all out. What's Meep up to at the moment? I think he's just still delivering all the rock over here. I think it's basically all Meep does anymore, which is fine. There's probably a better solution somewhere. Steam pressure is lowering again, the water is condensing again. None of these extra pumps are working yet. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this one's working now, that's good. You know, I don't think I've ever seen this many liquid pumps next to each other in this game. You don't normally need more than one. But we are absolutely desperately trying to get rid of this water at the moment. Who's starving? Oh, probably because we've got yellow alerts on. Yeah, I should stop doing that. Make this priority 9. This water is draining pretty quickly now. We'll leave this one here after we drained all the water out just in case. Very bizarre. So which circuit is being overloaded? This one. Oh, the actual coal line is draining too fast. What we need to do is we need to set this threshold much lower. We need to set this to like 55 and 45. Because if it drains for too long at the fast rate, it will overload the wire because the transformer is drawing more power off it than the wire can handle. Yeah, that's fine. But the batteries are fully charged, so that's good. That part of the system is working. It would be nice if someone built this. People are coming over. Just got a perfect doctor. Okay, describe a perfect doctor. Other than me. Right. Oh yeah, we just want this to pump. We just want this to pump whenever. We don't want any water in here. I don't know why I even put this in here. If there's any water at all, this is compromised. Look at that. It's not very often you see 4 vents going at once just to get rid of water. This is going to erupt again in 51 seconds, though, so I think it's pretty justified. Right. I'm going to leave these up just for now. And we'll watch this go for one cycle. We'll see how it goes. These need to heat up a little bit. In fact, these are all going to break if the steam in here actually gets hot enough. So we may just need to get rid of them. But if the steam is hot enough to break these, then we're in business. In fact, yeah, I should probably just... I'm going to disconnect these now. So with the pliers quickly. Yeah, that's fine. So now that's erupting. The steam is coming out hot. It is getting processed. Everything is heating up in here. Eventually, these steam turbines will hit the max temperature, but this stuff in here all needs to heat up first. I think what actually might be worth doing is pouring a very small amount of oil in here, and then that will conduct the heat along the base as well. But yeah, look, these are getting some proper power out of them. The pressure is getting too high, though. But these are starting to chip in as well. Yeah, it's overpressurizing a little bit. Okay. Well, that's good. It's getting hot enough that this is working now. So now we need to deconstruct this. Deconstruct the wire. Deconstruct all these pumps. Deconstruct all the pipes here. And then we need to put a layer of oil in here. So we need to remove this, because this is going to start breaking as well. What's the puffed up to? Cooking. If that puffed goes above 105, it's probably going to die. Rips the puffed. Then we can sweep all the stuff out of here. You know, standing right next to this probably isn't going to help. So he's got Caregiver, Bedside Manner, Germ Resistant, it's a Researcher, Doctor, Decorator. Really a dupe stuck inside the base. Yeah, that's pretty good. This is mostly working now. Like, we could do with a little bit more thermal conductivity in here. But the steam is hot. The beans are hot. And we're getting a lot of water out of this as well. Like, this pipe is going hard. It's got, like, 7 kilograms a second of water going through it. So, we should be able to start ramping up the electrolyzers. We should be able to double this. Or maybe even add another 3. And then we'll have enough oxygen for... like, over 40 dupes, which is the target. At the moment, we're kind of depleting our reserves in here, but that's fine. We can remove the automation wire too. The important thing is there isn't any heat transfer out of this. This is all insulated. This is all hot material. I should probably remove this as well. Remove this random wire. And remove this. This bottle emptier is actually going to start overheating in a minute. We need to make one out of ceramic, which we don't have. We actually need to make some ceramic, don't we? To get oil in here. We can pump some oil, maybe. Oh god, that's going to be horrendous. Okay, I've got a better plan. A better plan than that. We're going to make a little oil tub here. Actually, we need to get in here, so maybe I'm better off putting the oil tub here. Yeah, we'll do that. We don't need insulated tile, it's just regular tile will do. So we'll want a pump. We'll make it out of gold. And we'll send it over here. And just dump it here. And we'll put an atmo... Vents don't overheat, I don't think. No, they don't. We don't want a huge amount of oil in here. Just a little bit to help conduct the heat. So we can put in an automation wire and hydro sensor. And then we can just sweep this up and put bottle emptiers here and dump oil in here. So they'll deliver the oil via pitcher pump, and then we'll just pump it into here because otherwise the pitcher pump would melt because we don't have any ceramic. This is actually... How is this not melting yet? It's got an overheat temperature of... Wait. These don't melt, do they? I'm being stupid. I don't think these have ever melted. Well, I learned something just now. I thought these would melt if they got too hot, but I guess they just don't have an overheat temperature. So we don't need to build all of this. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Deconstruct it all again. Just put another one of these in. You learn something new every day. Yeah, we've still got a little bit of hot steam in here. That's a good sign. Let's speed it up a little bit. So brine is now backed up in here because this isn't getting hot enough to dump. So we need another... Let's see, is that actually an issue? I don't think it is. It is if this gets above like 30. Then if this is backed up and this can't exit, then we'll just... Another overflow. Yeah, at that point we can actually just have it go up here. So if it can't dump on here, then it can go... Actually, it doesn't need to be insulated for this. It can go here, and then it can go over this, and then we can just send it straight onto the dump line. Yeah. That makes sense. God, this has become such a mess. I'm pretty sure that all works, though. That should prioritize all the liquids appropriately. So let's see. This is up to 95 seconds. Can we dump some oil in here in time? Let's try it. Yellow alert these. I'll just put one in there. Who's going to do this? Lindsay. Where's Lindsay? There's Lindsay. That was pretty convenient, actually. All things considered. The puff died. Rip. We cooked a puffed. I feel like the meat should turn into a barbecue when it gets to a certain temperature. Like raw egg turns to omelette when it gets to a certain temperature, regardless of how it's cooked. Yeah, we'll put some oil in here. This room is 19 wide. So one full lot will be about 10 tiles per kilogram. It's probably enough to conduct the heat. So one lot should suffice. Let's see, where is pay? Oh, you're not going to make it in time. That's okay. We're still actually cooking the bog jellies. We are, that's good. Okay. Not bad. Starting to get there. Really, just conducting it over here is going to be the hardest part. I don't really want to rebuild it over here. And we may not have to. All four of them are working. Let's deconstruct all of this stuff. We don't need this anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's actually grabbing enough steam that it's not overpressurizing. This is at the max wattage. We're probably wasting a lot of power at the moment. Like, there's no way we're using all this power. Yeah. A lot of steam turbine overproduction. Which is absolutely fine by me. We'll find ways to consume that power. In fact, we could actually start just hooking these consumers up to the power spine. But it's actually getting really late. So I think we may just call it here. Yeah, seems good. I'm pretty happy with it. We're getting a lot more steam out of this than we were before. Mess? Why have we got a mess? Why are you peeing your suit? Is it because you just did a yellow alert? It's not very good. Ariza, how long are you still going? I'm going to wrap it up now. This is working. We need a bit more oil in here. We need a bit of oil in here to conduct the heat a little bit better. But this is barely overpressurizing at all. So I'm pretty happy with how this is going. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up now. I've got to get to bed. It's been fun. We built a load of transformers with our usual design. We're starting to hook stuff up to them. We actually got this working properly. I believe we've got all the priority on the water flowing properly. I do need to figure out something better to do with the waste brine when it's done. When it's hot enough, or if we can't put it somewhere. But that's a fairly minor issue. But yeah. Next stream, We're going to expand the electrolyzers. Now we've got more water production. Oh, you're hoping to suggest someone come raid us? No, I'm tired. I am tired. We fixed the freezers. These are all working now. They're deep frozen. There's not a huge amount of food stored in them, to be honest, but they are technically working. So we revised that design thanks to Leofar's help. We didn't need a conduction panel in the end. This is good enough with just the metal tiles. Fungus got raided by Pixel. Ah. I don't think I'm going to raid anyone tonight. I've not got a huge amount of people watching me, so I'm just going to wrap it up. But we built the Transformers. So next stream, which is probably going to be Monday, because I've got a load to do this weekend involving frogs. We're going to expand the electrolyzers. We're going to plug in the recreation stuff for the Transformers. And we're probably actually going to set up natural gas, because I want to start making surf and turf. And hooking up the power there would be good as well. So those are the plans for Monday. Yes. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. It's been nice. It's been a nice chill day. It's been a very productive week, to be honest, in this game, which I am glad about. And yeah, I'm going to have fun setting up the frog tank and the bookshelf and stuff. And I'll post some pictures on the Discord. Yeah, I don't want to raid people too often. I don't want to raid the same person like several times a week. But yes, Sushi Queen is definitely worth checking out. She's doing Oxygen Not Included at the moment. Base game, trying to get into space. Very challenging. So yeah, feel free to go check her out. I'll give her a shout out tonight. Out Sushi Queen 22. Does that work? I believe that works. So yeah, go check her out, and I will be back soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. thanks for watching you two as well. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.